Hello, here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Splatoon 3. In the previous episode, we continued on through our adventures of the Happiness Research Lab. And I may have just had to have looked up the name of this world off screen because I couldn't remember off the top of my head because I have the memory of a goldfish. So, let's continue onwards, and we already did that one, so, case in point. I'm gonna admit, it's been a little while since I've recorded a video. Long story short, I'm still having computer problems. So, oh, sparkles! We got a sardinium, oh yeah. In this mission, you use the inkjet to overcome various challenges and reach the goal. This one is a fun level. Fly with an inkjet to reach your goal. Oh boy! I love levels like this in Octo Expansion, and I love them here too. Any inkjet level is a good level in my opinion. If they could have an entire single player campaign of just inkjet levels, that'd be awesome. For this, we're going to want to use the momentum from going on top of the boxes to get on top of this thing so we can get some more shinies. I like shinies. Have I ever mentioned that I like shinies in these videos? Because I don't think that's the case. I don't think that point has ever come up. Remember, you press the B button to get a little extra lift. You can swim the ZL so you won't use your inkjet. Once you figure out how to get through here, we'll be okay. Don't worry about it. We're seasoned Octarian people. That doesn't mean I'm a good Octarian person. Octoling person thingamabob. We see platforms. Don't look down. Or maybe do. It might be useful. Does anybody else get bothered looking down over cliffs or anything like that? So, okay, here's the thing. I'm not afraid of heights or anything like that. I really love, like, super tall buildings. I don't particularly like looking over ledges. That's the thing that I'm not particularly comfy with. So, yeah, it's like, it's a weird thing. Like, I love super tall buildings. Like, I love Tower Terror. The view up there is really awesome. Expedition Everest, you can see all around Disney World. It's really cool. It's just that when I'm, like, at a building where I can, like, look over a cliff, if I look directly down, that's where I get bothered. It's weird, because it's not a fear of heights, it's just I don't like looking over ledges. Would you be destroyed already? There we go. If you want an example of this, one of the more fancy Disney hotels, the Topolino, the Riviera, it has a hotel in the resort called the Topolino Terrace, and it's a really nice restaurant, and I love the balcony. I just didn't particularly like looking over the ledge. It's weird because, like, again, it's not a fear of heights, it's just I don't like ledges. Okay, let's do this the smart way, and not get naked, and die. Okay, you know what, that was a test run. That wasn't the actual gameplay, that was just a test recording that I left in because I am bad at editing videos. You go away. Boom! Hehe. First try. Easy game. Easy. Too easy. Now let's look for another level. I think I may. Oh, we already did that one already. That's one thing that I'll say I'm not too fond of the Happiness Research Lab is that it kind of takes a little while to figure out where you haven't explored yet. Okay. We're going down here apparently now. And there's another level we haven't done. Okay, that worked out in the end. Shiny! Shiny, shiny, I like the shiny, and shiny likes me. In this mission, you must reach the goal within the time limit. Okie dokie, I do not remember practicing for this level. That's going to be fun. Okay, yeah, we'll be okay. This isn't too bad so far. I'm gonna jump over that, and whee! Alright. Yeah, this isn't bad. This is pretty fun. I like it muy mucho. Yeah, checkpoint. I'm gonna go this way. So yeah, this level wasn't too bad so far. I didn't practice for this one in particular. I did practice for a good chunk of the Happiness Research Lab stages before recording. It just didn't do this one for whatever reason. We could have used a squid surge right there, as they were telling us, but then I didn't because I'm a dummy. I mean, I like an extra challenge. Yeah, this is too easy. I just wanted an extra challenge. I didn't think about the fact that I'm an idiot. Don't get left behind. How's there never been a good Left Behind movie? Okay, so the story behind those books is that, okay, I wasn't super into the books either, but there's like never been like a really good Left Behind movie, and it's such a cool concept, but like they've never done a good one. They made a remake in 2014 with Nicolas Cage, and that was like one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. It does have a good, the original one does have a good theme song though. I will not be left behind. Alright, we're gonna destroy you. We could have done this too, but whatever. I just wanted the extra challenge. As we've previously implied, I wanted the extra challenge. That was a fun level. I really liked that one. That was such a cool one. Like, just going through the area and going as quickly as you can and seeing everything exploding around you. That was kind of epic. Okie dokie, let's see what's over this direction. Ah, it loops back to a place we've already been to. What's over here? Ooh, do I see a platform? Do I see a thing that we can have Esteban eat? I think I do. Oh, Esteban. There we go. Yeah, we're figuring out things. And there's another level over here we can conquer. We can conquer it while conquer's bad for a day. That's a game that's really fun, but I don't think I'll ever make a Let's Play on. In this mission, you must navigate on steady footing to reach the goal at the top. I do want to use this one because it's a bucket. We could use this one because we haven't done the bow and arrow yet, but I think I'm going to try the end zap. The end zap is calling my name this time. Time your movements carefully to reach the goal. Ah, this one. Okie dokie. So the level's going to be moving around a lot like this, so what our basic goal is to do is kind of like look around and see, okay, this is where the platform is going to move, and this is where we can go and do stuff that is super cool. That's a very great way to describe that, wasn't it? Aren't I just the greatest person ever at describing the objectives of video games when I'm recording this right when I woke up? Because fun fact, I literally just woke up. I was like, yeah, I woke up a few hours early. I got a good enough sleep. I'm gonna go to work until later. I think I might record a thing, and that's the official story of why I'm doing a recording thingy. I will say, these past couple weeks of not being able to edit videos or anything like that because my computer has exploded, it's giving me a really. It's making me realize that I don't think I'll ever actually be able to fully retire from making videos because I've just been so bored recently. It's like, not even just not being able to edit videos, but I haven't been able to do any of my programming work either, and it's like, I'm so bored. There's a shiny over here, and shiny is awesome. They should make a Pokemon game just called Pokemon Shiny. What if they make a Pokemon generation and they call Pokemon Shiny and Pokemon Sparkles? They should do that. If that ever does happen, this video is proof that I can see the future, that I was able to predict Pokemon Shiny and Pokemon Sparkles, and that nobody else was ever able to come up with such an original name like that. I do have to ask, though, why do they still do dual versions of Pokemon games? It's like, They don't really have that much of a difference between them, aside from a couple different Pokemon you can capture in game. But it's like, is that really that much of a good enough reason to justify doing two versions of the same game? And now taking care of all that, it's time to move on to the magical land of alternate save file. Whoosh! In today's magical land of alternate save file, we have something pretty interesting coming up today. So, if we go inside here, we have a challenge available to us. Alright, so, fun fact, this is my first time ever playing a challenge in this game. Basically what this is going to be like a unique turf or integrate battle mode with a special limitation. So, more often than not, they're usually like just regular turf or something like that, but you can only use a certain weapon type. Like for this one, for example, all the weapons are only available to us. We need to use something with the Trizuka. So, this is going to be a interesting time. I'm not expecting a success story or anything like that, but we're going to at least try. Too many Trizukas. Maintain zone control. Okay, that green poster in the background, did anybody else look at that and see, oh, wicked. Also, fun fact, this is our first time seeing Lemuria Hall in our online adventures, so that's gonna be fun. Hopefully it'll actually work out. I think I had a failed recording not too long ago. It didn't work out too well. These just rolled up very, very fast. Oh my goodness. Alright, so the reason why I haven't really played challenge mode that much is because they have like very limited windows of opportunity to actually play them. So it was just it was kind of a pain in the butt to actually be able to play one of these things before. Like whenever they were available, they were just never available at a time where I actually was able to play the game. Like, as it is, it's very lucky I was able to do it now, because, as it is, I'm very limited on my time to record today, because I have to go to work soon. But, yeah, so it was actually kind of cool. These things load up really, really fast, so we're getting special weapons left and right. This is actually kind of interesting. This is kind of interesting. Alright, we got you. We're going to take care of this. I saw someone behind me. Okay, now we got our Trizuka. I don't think I've ever used a Trizuka that much before either. This is a very fun learning experience. So I don't have a whole lot of opinions on Lemuria Hall, by the way. It's just kind of like another stage. Honestly, it's just another stage that is kind of cool. It was introduced pretty late into the stage rotations and things like that, so I didn't really get a whole lot of chances to play it during like our Splat-Fishin adventures or anything like that. So yeah, it was, this is a stage I don't really have a whole lot of memories with. We lost control. Alright, press the B button thinking I'd dualies. Green control. Yay! That wasn't too bad. You can always tell whenever I'm having like a bad streak of matches, they're just the same stage over and over again. Because I usually turn on my TV so I can listen to the game while a repeat match is going on, and then it takes me a moment to turn the volume back off. And also, I thought the zone was in the middle for a bit. I was an idiot. I didn't see those two of them. But we're now in control. But yeah, so far I like this. I like this so far. I haven't played a whole lot of these, like, literally, because I just said at the beginning, this is my first time ever playing a challenge mode in this. So, This hasn't been too bad. It's been actually pretty interesting seeing like a whole bunch of special weapons go off at the same time. Like the last stage, we had like a bazillion Trizukas going off from the other team, but it was still fun to see because there was like 4 of them and things like that. I was like, wow, that was a pretty interesting sight that you don't really see often. And now we're in control. I like Splat zones like this, where you have like multiple smaller zones to deal with, because you gotta like spread out your team a bit more, but you gotta keep an eye on both of them. I think these ones are a bit more fun to play with in Splat zones. Although, if I'm in a bad mood, like if I'm having like a bad losing streak, I'll probably change my mind and be like, oh no, this is so bad, why would I have to do this? Wah. I'm very consistent when it comes to what I like about these games. We lost control. Alright, let's go like this. What do you think of that? And that? I went into a wall. That wasn't very effective. But like, just look at how fast that is building up. That's insane. That's insane, if you will. That was a very clever pun. I was talking to a friend the other day. We were talking about like a coworker who left for another job not too long ago. She always had like a pun of the day, so she would say something along the lines of, why couldn't the fruit get married? Because they can't elope. Like, fun things like that. And she talked about, like the friend I was talking to who still works here, she was talking about how she doesn't like puns that much, but like this friend's puns always was the highlight of her day. And I was mentioning that, oh, I love making puns, because I love making people cringe. We lost control. Alright, take that! And that! And that! We got that taken care of. Let's go up here. Let's go to the lobby. Let's go to the... Okay, so in between Recording Assassins, they announced Splatoon Raiders. And, dude, I'm so excited for this. It's funny because like I was just telling friends of mine that I probably going to hold off on getting a Switch 2 until they announce like a Splatoon 4 or something like that. But then within the week or so they announced Splatoon Raiders, which you know it's close enough. It's close enough. It's a spin-off, but it's still Splatoon. It's pretty exciting that we're getting like a Splatoon spin-off now because like there are like these like what if scenarios on what a Splatoon spin-off would look like. One popular one was like Splatoon Island. That's something we got a fan video for not too long ago. I say that not too long ago, but it was in reality a little more like 6 years ago or something like that. But yeah, it was a pretty amusing time. I always kind of thought that like back in the DNA partnership was still a thing with Nintendo that they do like Splatoon mobile game or something like that. Like what I always imagined was like some kind of like fashion game because like fashion is a big part of the Splatoon world. So like I always imagined that. They'd have like a fashion mobile game for Splatoon. Okay, we're having a bit of a hard time getting both of these down. As long as we can stall them for the last minute, we should, in theory, be okay. I don't think we'll win by knockout by this point, but, you know, we can still try. They're in control. They lost control. Every time I play this game and I see the Splat on notifications, I always think Animal from the Muppets. Alrighty then, I was trying to get you and that didn't work. They're in control. Can we please get this Splat zone taken care of? I'd very, very much appreciate that. And they lost control. Okay, don't think I'm back into control. Don't think I'm back in. What did I just say? Come on. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, I did my part. Hey! Okay. That was a little nerve-wracking, but you know, it worked out in the end. And that's going to wrap up our time for Challenger mode. I know it's kind of short, but honestly, I don't know when the next opportunity I will ever have will be to play challenge mode again. But you know, it was an interesting time. It was pretty fun. I do wish that they had this open more often though, because they only have them open in like 2-hour windows, and it's like, bro, I'm working during all those times. Just let it be open longer.